Chapter 16 Natural Hypnosis. A trance is a trance is a trance. What is the reality behind reality? Is physical life a hallucination? Is there some definable concrete reality, of which our own is a mere shadow? Your reality is the result of a hallucination, if by this you mean that it is only the picture shown by your senses. Physically, of course, your existence is perceived through the senses. In that context, corporeal life is an entranced one, with the focus of attention largely concentrated through the senses' belief in the reality of their sensations. Yet that experience is the image that reality takes for you, and so in other terms, earthly life is one version of reality, not reality in its entirety, but a part of it. It is in itself an avenue through which you perceive what reality is. In order to explore that experience, you direct your attention to it and use all of your other non-physical abilities as corollaries, adjuncts, additions. You hypnotize your very nerves and the cells within your body, for they will react as you expect them to react, and the beliefs of your conscious mind are followed in degree by all portions of the self down to the smallest atom and molecule. The large events of your life, your interactions with others, including the habitual workings of the most minute physical events within your body, all of this follows your conscious belief. Again, if you are ill, you may say, "I did not want to be sick." Or if you are poor, "I did not want to be poor." Or if you are unloved, "I did not want to be lonely." Yet for your own reasons, you began to believe in illness more than health, in poverty more than abundance, in loneliness rather than affection. You may have accepted some of these ideas from your parents. Their effects may have surrounded you, or you may have switched beliefs in one particular area of your life, but each can be changed if you utilize the power of action in the present. I am not saying that every one of you must or should be healthy, wealthy, and wise. I am only addressing those here now who have effects in their lives with which they are dissatisfied. In one manner of speaking, then, the suggestions you give yourselves constantly operate overall as beliefs that are reflected in your experience. Some of you are simply mentally lazy. You do not consciously examine the data that you receive. Many who make a practice of quote-unquote denying negative suggestions from others, asserting positive affirmations instead, actually do so because they are so fully convinced that the power of negative beliefs is stronger than that of beneficial ones. Each of you will find habitual thought patterns in your own life backed up by resulting action, conditioned behavior as it were, by which you continually reinforce negative aspects, concentrate upon them to the exclusion of conflicting data, and so bring them into experience through natural hypnosis. Many people assign great power to a hypnotist, yet whenever you have the undivided attention of another, you act as a hypnotist to a large degree. Whenever you have your own undivided attention, you act as a hypnotist and subject simultaneously. You give yourselves post-hypnotic suggestions all the time, particularly when you project present conditions into the future. I want to impress upon you the fact that all of this simply follows the natural function of the mind, and to dispel any ideas that you have about the quote-unquote magical aspects of hypnosis. For 5 or 10 minutes a day at the most, then, use natural hypnosis as a method of accepting desired new beliefs. During that period, concentrate your attention as vividly as possible upon one simple statement. Repeat it over and over while focusing upon it for this time. Try to feel the statement in whatever way is possible. That is, do not allow distractions, but if your mind insists upon running about, then channel its images in line with your declaration. The repetition, verbally or mentally, is important because it activates biological patterns and reflects them. Do not strain. This exercise should not be done along with the point of power exercise given earlier. One should not run into the other, but should be carried out on separate occasions during the day. During the period, however, do remember that you are using the present as the moment of power to insert new beliefs, and that these will indeed be materialized. When the exercise is finished, do not dwell upon it. Put it from your mind. You will have utilized natural hypnosis in a concentrated form. You may have to experiment some for the proper wording of your message, but 3 days at the very least are necessary before you can tell, through results, how effective it has been. A change of wording may be in order. When you feel right about the statement, then continue it. Your attention should be completely relaxed otherwise, for time is needed. You may experience spectacular results at once, but continue the exercise even if this happens. Inner channels must become repatterned. There will be a feel to this that will serve as your own individual guideline. There is no need to continue the practice over 10 minutes. In fact, many will find that difficult to do. Spending a longer period of time simply reinforces the idea of problems involved. Natural hypnosis is the acquiescence of the unconscious to conscious beliefs. In periods of concentrated focus, with all distractions cut out, the desired ideas are then implanted in formal hypnosis. The same processes occur in normal life, however. Areas of primary concentration then regulate your experience both biologically and mentally, and generate similar conditions. Let us give a simple example, using a positive belief instilled in childhood. An individual is told that he is comely, well-proportioned, and possesses a likable personality. The idea takes hold. The person acts in line with this belief in all ways, but also a variety of subsidiary beliefs grows up about the main one. The belief in personal worth draws about it the belief in the personal value of others, for they show their best faces to our fortunate friend. His life constantly reinforces this concept, and while he is peripherally aware that some people are quote-unquote nicer than others, his main intimate experience allows him to see the best in others and in himself. This becomes one of the strong frameworks through which he views existence. Data or stimuli that does not agree is a side issue, not personally applicable, but present. He realizes as a fact for others. He will not need to prove himself, so it will be easier for him to accept contemporaries with fairness. There may be areas in which he realizes he is not adequate, yet because of his belief in his basic worth, he will accept these lacks as a part of himself without feeling threatened by them. He will be able to try to improve his condition without knocking himself down at the same time. Now, in those terms, he may or may not be as attractive, feature by feature, as some other individuals who believe, in fact, that they are unattractive. The belief in his own comeliness is so important that others will react to him in the same fashion. An individual can have great native beauty, for example, but this beauty is not apparent to others or to the individual. The person does not believe that he or she possesses it, and mars the actual physical features so that the comeliness becomes literally invisible. Your beliefs, then, are like hypnotic focuses. You reinforce them constantly through the normal inner talking in which you all indulge. This inner communication acts like the constant repetition of a hypnotist. In this case, however, you are your own hypnotist. Few people will have simply one main area of concentration. Usually, several are involved, but these represent the ways in which you are using your energy. The individual who takes it for granted that he is worthwhile does not need to belabor the point. His ensuing experiences come naturally to him. In many areas of your own life, those in which you are satisfied, you need make no effort. Your conscious thoughts and concentrations bring about results with which you are pleased. It is only in those compartments of your life that confound you that you suddenly begin to wonder what is happening. But here also, natural hypnosis is at work just as easily and naturally, and your conscious ideas are automatically coming to physical fruition. So it is in these areas that you must realize that you are the hypnotist. Now, the unconscious accepts those orders given to it by the conscious mind. In each person's experience, there will be areas with which he or she is pleased. When you find yourself dissatisfied, however, question the orders you are giving in that particular arena of experience. The results do not seem now to follow your conscious desires, but you will find that they do follow your conscious beliefs, which may be quite different. You may desire health, but believe implicitly in your state of poor health. You may desire spiritual understanding while thinking that you are spiritually unworthy and opaque. When you set your longing against your present belief, there is always conflict. Your belief will generate the proper feelings and imaginative endeavors characteristic of it. If you want to be healthy and continually contrast what you want with the present conviction in your poor health, then the belief itself, set up against the desire, will cause added difficulties. In such a case, you seem to want the impossible. Desire and belief are not united, but apart.